want to find out where you sit, bitch. Got me sitting going into a podcast asking if you good. You been staring
your fake ass eyelashes.
I don't
get out of my face. You
sitting here calling me a nigga because you want me to put hands on you so bad, you racist.
They found out where she lived. They found out where she worked, and she won't get a moment's of peace. Now they opened up an investigation against her against hate crimes. Now, if that black woman would have knocked the curry off that ass, she would have been the first one. I guarantee you, the first person to call the cops, because all that was her trying to rage bait that woman into putting hands on her. But I'm going to point this out. With her saying the N-word with a hard ER, that's a clear indication that other minority groups know exactly what Black Americans go through in this country. It's clear. But it's crazy that other minority groups are so quick to disrespect Black Americans, but other minority groups are only in this country because Black Americans took up that fight for them to stand on the backs of Black Americans and simply disrespect them. People have no clue that all the civil rights and laws and all those things that other minority groups come here and leech off of, including Indian Americans, Latin Americans, Asian Americans, are all rooted in the fight of Black Americans. And this is why when it comes to the fights of civil rights and people getting deported and people's rights are violated, Black people are no longer taking up that fight.
I just wanted to give credit to the Black woman that actually was able to restrain herself when she was being insulted by that Natasha Chan woman in the US. So there's this thing going around with this woman. She's an Asian woman and she was saying the N-word to a Black woman and she kept saying it, exaggerating the R's. And it was just because of a parking spot. Well, you know what? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised it's coming from someone of that ethnicity. I am not surprised because I've already known, everyone knows it's typical. That is what they think about us. Black people can never catch a break. This is what it is. But I have to give credit to the woman that was in recipient of that insult. Because if it were me, I will be under the jail, locked up, not to come out again. Because everybody, every piece of that woman's bone will be, that's it. That's me. I'm not taking that. No.
By now, everybody heard and seen the barking lady. So this happened in Los Angeles, LA, and it's disgusting. I don't know what she's going to get out of it. Number one, fighting about a parking lot. Number two, fighting with another woman for what? A parking lot? That's not the bad part, guys. The bad part is she was saying so many hateful words toward this black lady, and that is not okay. She was a minority herself. I believe she was Indian descent. Probably she's darker than some of the black people. That was definitely a hate crime. And now that story, I did check it, and it's escalating to where they're looking for the girl now. Police is actually looking for her, and they will put her in a jail as soon as they find out where she lives. And that's not okay, guys. I don't understand why people will mess up their own lives for something so easy. Parking lot. Even if I have to walk 5 minutes to get to where I need, I'd rather do that than to go jail for what? A parking lot? I'm confused. Like nowadays, people are out of hands, and something got to be done about it. And on this case, something is being done about it. And I did see that the news pick up, and also police is looking for her. And when it's the TikTok investigate, it's gonna be it's up from there. Okay.
Not Princess Slurpee Machine. Not Queen Tech Support. Not Apu's daughter. Was she so... All jokes aside, first of all, I'm a little under the weather. I ain't made no content, but I said I'm gonna get out the bed, make me a little ginger tea. Got the recipes from my nigga ancestors. All jokes aside, first of all, I wanted to talk about this. Maybe I might see this a little different from other people, right? Because I understand the origin of the N-word comes from the Latin word negro, which means black. Europeans, when they was traveling the world, terrorizing it, they call everybody who was dark-skinned the N-word, including South Asians, Indians. Actually, the South Asians was niggas before we was. They got to the Caribbeans, they got to the Americas, and they called Native Americans red niggas. So we all niggas. I don't know why she thinks she Princess Jasmine. No, you a nigga too. Tech support queen. I think that we're just taught to be upset when somebody says it, right? Like oh, you said the N-word, oh, I'm going to be mad. And that's what they're doing now to get us upset, right? They'll say it. I had to get my nephew off the video game because I'm listening to him playing and this little white boy was mad that he was winning. And it's her. Her name Natasha too. Natasha, we don't follow her too. I think she done lost her job and everything. Natasha, yeah, he was Natasha. That was probably Natasha's little son on the internet, on the PS5. Suffrage is not only, it happened to black Americans, and I don't know where that come from. I digress. The moral of the story is we got to take the power out of this word. Literally we're taught to be upset by this. Y'all, it's just a word. We all know in every black American household, you better not touch me though. You can call me anything you feel like you can call me. A lot of that is just self-projection. Because Natasha, I'm sure looking at her, she gets mistaken for black American. It bothers her. So when she sees her, she's projecting the time when she works at the bank that the guy associated her with being black American. She's projecting. Y'all, we better than this. But they better not touch us.
When I was in primary school, the Indian kids would mock me and not want to play with me anymore if I made friends and I hung around with the black kids. And obviously at the time I was just a child and I just wanted to be accepted by the people in my community, which were the Indian people. I wanted to fit in, obviously, because being a mixed race child already I don't fit in. Like I'm doing anything for your acceptance, you catch me dead today before you catch me doing that. But I was just a child. And so I very often gave into that. And I wouldn't play with my black friends in school. And I'm so wrong for this. But after school, I would take my black friends home. And I would play with them at home. And that was very normal for me because my mother's best friend was a black woman. I had uncles that were black men that were they were family friends, but they were our family, so that was a normal thing to me. But I gave in to that pressure at school. And sometimes I still feel so bad about it. I'm like, you should have done something. You should have said something. Why were you just okay with it being that way? But I also have to remember to be easier on myself because I was a child. So that thing of being shunned, I'm sorry. But it's very real. So even if you aren't racist, you will become because you will be pressured. Yeah.
Sit down and talk about the amount of racism that most Indian people have towards black people.
I wasn't going to stitch this video because I've made many videos talking about racism in our community. But I've seen a lot of stitches on this video and Indian people saying, well, it's not all Indian people. Yeah, we know that, black people know that, but it's a lot of us. So they are valid to say Indian people are racist. And can you honestly tell me, how would your family react if they know you're dating a black person? I also saw someone say, well, black people are racist to us too. Two wrongs don't make a right, but I'm also having a hard time believing that you know that many black people. And you're probably just making this assumption from like two black people that were nice to you. So like, well, they're racist to us too. We as Indian people need to acknowledge how we are wrong and apologize and change. We literally have come through apartheid together and somehow we're still divided. It doesn't make sense.
Audio to this video was removed by TikTok. The video below shows a very hateful and racist person. She proceeded to call another woman, who is black, the N-word multiple times in Pinole, California. Mind you, the woman is also a brown woman. Make her famous!
This woman in California is being investigated for a hate crime after what she said to these women in a parking lot. Now, after she went on this rant and this video was posted publicly, police actually showed up at the time of this recording, but people started to find out exactly who that woman was. She was identified as Preet Gupta, a registered nurse there in California. People even found the exact hospital or doctor's office that she worked for. Now, because of the nature of the video, the police there have said due to the nature of the verbal exchange between the involved parties, the incident has been classified as a hate incident and is currently under investigation by the department. Not to mention that, but people also found out that the woman that was yelling all those words has a pending criminal case for multiple thefts at Ulta Beauty. This is so sad that people do this, not only in public, but also in private. I'm going to do a full breakdown of all this.
Thank you for watching Great Minds Blacks.